Hey everyone, either welcome back or welcome to my channel. And in today's video, I want to respond to a common response that I often get when people find out that I was sick for quite a few months. And actually, during my last semester of university. So before I tell you what that was, time for the intro. Hey everyone, my name is Ashley Stewart. So 2018 was actually a pretty hard year for me, but it was also a pretty good year too. So I completed my bachelor's degree in biochemistry, but at the same time, I was also diagnosed with a rare condition called idiopathic intracranial hypertension, or IIH. Some of you may also know this by its older name called pseudotumor cerebri. So, if you're curious to learn more about what it's like to live with this rare condition, then I encourage you to watch on. Don't forget to subscribe, and I upload new content every Monday and Thursday afternoon. As many of you are aware, I was sick from about the end of January to the end of April while managing to complete my last year of my university degree. And I have said multiple times, this was not the easiest of semesters. And so when I explain to people getting through this part of my life, which was not only the hardest part of my life, but it's been the most fascinating because it's been the time that I learned the most. I was taking 5 classes at the time. Each class is worth 3 credit units basically. 1 credit unit is basically the equivalent to 1 high school class, I think is kind of how they usually do it. It was a very heavy load, so a common response that people would often give me was, how did you get through it? Like, how did you do it? How did you manage to do it? My biggest answer is, 1, I got lucky with the schedule. I've talked about this so many times that I'm not going to talk about it again. I think a lot of people could do it too if they were put in the same situation. You get through these types of situations because you're pretty much not given a choice on the matter. I thought about it and I'm just like, depending on what's going on, am I going to be able to come back and complete this degree? I've worked way too hard, gone through way too much to give up now. I think I succeeded because of the fact that I did want it really, really bad. It just wasn't an option to come back. You pretty much have to make that choice as to whether, do I think I can continue under this situation, or am I gonna have to come back at another time? And the thing is that all of my courses but one of the courses were only offered in the second semester of the year that I was currently in. So it would delay my whole degree by an entire year. And I just didn't know where I would be at that same point in time the following year. So I didn't even want to think about what might happen in the fact that I didn't get through it. I'd rather have showed that I tried than just completely giving up on it. I had done this so many times throughout my degree because I had certain classes that I just didn't do well in, and just had to come to accept the fact that this course is just gonna be a pass fail even though it's based upon a percentage. That was math and physics for me, in case you're wondering. I also was fortunate in the fact that I had a great group of friends that were really close. We were all really quite close actually, and we did lean on each other when things got tough. They really, really helped me out. Not in a direct way, but an indirect way, in the fact that I could basically rant out my frustrations about what was going on and without judgment. And to me, that's pretty much all I have to do in order to feel better, is to just basically talk it out. I also got through it though because I love biochemistry. So while I was in my courses and doing the course material, even though I wasn't feeling very good at all, I was enjoying myself. It was so much fun to learn about so many cool things, and to be at that point where you're doing such advanced stuff was really cool. I kind of wish that I had had a little bit more access to the research and the actual practical work, like it wasn't just all lectures, but in a way, I'm thankful that I didn't have any practical work because I don't know how well I would have handled it. I adjusted everything that I possibly could to make it as easy on myself as I could. And you learn to adapt because of the way that everything turned out. It was a really, really slow adjustment technically. Like it wasn't one day I was feeling good and the next day I had all the symptoms. It was a very gradual progression of symptoms. And I think I also got lucky in the fact that my headaches were not my main symptom. I was having a lot of other symptoms. My biggest symptoms at the time that I was in school was dizziness, severe fatigue, and thirst, I believe, were my three biggest symptoms. So you can see why it was such a mystery. Headaches, I had headaches too. I had my first big headache actually during one of my midterms, and that's the one that I did really, really badly on. I don't remember having a lot of like really, really, really severe headaches after that, but I honestly don't remember. So I don't know how frequent the headaches were. I think though that if you really, really want something bad enough and something happens, or if you're forced to make a change because you have no other choice but to make that change, then I think that's when we as a species do our best at adaptations. I basically have adjusted to everything that's thrown at me because I've had no choice but to adjust to it. I have made some choices in regards with IIH and the fact that I have been compliant on the weight loss. I wanted to do that anyways, whether it was related to the condition or not. I knew I had gained weight during school, and that just wasn't acceptable, being that I had taken biochemistry as my major. So with the weight loss, that was going to happen, whether it was related to my IIH or not. I'm just like, if it helps the IIH, that's fantastic. Then the routine adjustments just happened because it's basically got me through my day, and I noticed that it was working. So when I notice that something is working, I usually try and stick with it. And particularly when I know that a situation like school is temporary, that at least it's working for now. Let's just get through this. And then once we kind of have an idea of what's going on, then you can kind of figure out what to do from there. And that's the attitude I had. Basically, the adaptations have happened slowly over time because the changes have happened slowly over time. And the things that I did need to do quickly, I just did because they made me feel more comfortable. There are times when I look back and miss some of the things that I used to be able to do, but you find replacements for those things that actually work a little bit better than what you were doing before. The whole injuring my ankle thing added in another complication there, but they basically managed to teach me about maintaining weight with diet because that's what I was kind of given the help with initially. So I've basically just modified it back to what it was before I was working out as much. And things seem to be okay. Like I said, I don't know exactly how I'm doing. Some things you end up getting lucky with, but some other things you just learn to adjust slowly over time. Other things that happen to occur more fast, you just do what you can to manage until you get used to that new adaptation and then you continue on. I think that's all I want to say. So if you guys have anything that you'd like to add to the comments down below, I'd love to hear ideas on video suggestions. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the video, improvements I could make to the videos, anything you got, you can leave it down below. And as for now, that's it for today. Bye everyone!